Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we are discussing ICP, Internet Computers Crypto Token, and conduct machine learning price forecast, regression analysis, as well as accumulation strategy. None of the content is financial advice. Let's get started. This is the ICP price forecast available on cryptoweeklies.com. The link on the bottom of your screen as well as in the description. Per the machine learning based model, again this token was launched in the middle of the bullish rally of 2021. There were a lot of weirdness around the token launch, manipulation and such. So from a technical analysis perspective, what we have considered is instead of looking at when the price again when the token kind of launched in midst of those controversial time period, what we have over here is beginning the bear market of 2022 and the regression based levels using this Fibonacci level based analysis. Again, you're seeing over here since the token launched in May, ignoring till about beginning of 2022 when the price was at around $37. If we track this Fibonacci levels since 2022, we'll find that the last time ICP went about at around $20, that was about 0.5 fib levels. And again, the current valuation at around $5.55 represents undervaluation with respect to its 20-week simple moving average and 21-week exponential moving average. Those averages are currently at around $8.37 and between that and $9.25. So that's the area of resistance right now. Again, if there were a rally back to the upside, again like it did back in July of 2024, it met with some resistance over here. Again, then slightly less resistance around in September of 2024, then also one more time in November of 2024, then to again early November of 2024, then rallied beyond this level. The last time in the last rally, that is in early December of 2024, unlike March of 2024 when the rally took price to about 0.5 fib level, this was one fib level lower at around 0.3 at around $16. So again, this time around, if there is a counter trend rally or if there is a lower high kind of rally, this could resolve somewhere at around $11, that is the 0.23 fib level, if to continue with this trend of lower highs and lower lows potentially since about early 2024, July of 2024. So let's check if there is a counter trend rally in the future, and if it resolves at around that 0.23 at around $11.13. Going back to the machine learning based price forecast for ICP, what we have here on the model is the output of the machine learning based AI based so this trend per this weekly price action, this model is trend since token launch to identify what is a base case scenario, the one standard deviation or non-euphoria bull case scenario for ICP, and the bear case which has been in motion since about March of 2024. So all things equal, this model says that the likelihood price goes down with time is higher than price going up with time, because essentially since token launched, the price when the price was at around $300 at a weekly average, now it's reeling in at around $5. So you could understand why this model thinks that as the time progresses, the price has a downward bias. The only the counter to this trend since about 2021 May to about October 2023, since then there was a brief counter to this lower higher trend between October 2023 till essentially about March 2024, so about 5 months or so. And again, the token has continued that trend of lower highs and lower lows, so can't blame the machine learning model for that. That's how the price action has been. So if in case the market does recover, the one standard deviation non-euphoria case per the model is price action between $5 in the next 6 months and about $8.40. So that's a non-euphoria one standard deviation 68th percentile recovery. In case the market does have the two standard deviation or euphoria case for ICP, at this point in time with the data that we have, again that could be like a V-shaped recovery till which could resolve to a higher high than the one in this, at least till in the one set in December of 2024 at around $15, and close to that March 2023 high at a weekly level at around $18 or $19, slightly higher than that. So that's the 2 standard deviation bull case. If the trend were to price were to trend down with time, the support at a base case between $4.60 and about $5.22. On the other hand, if there were a continuation of the downturn that we have been witnessing since early December, the price could see support between $3 and $4.72. The purpose of this forecast is not to tell whether the price will go up or down, that's or go sideways. Those are the three outcomes anyways in the market. Either prices could go up, down, or sideways. The purpose of this model is to identify what are some of the theoretical ceilings and theoretical floors in any scenario, rather than again identifying the directionality. Again, we have this model with the base case to identify directionality using historical data, as well as for some of the older cryptos, market cycle theory, to identify whether the prices have a higher likelihood of trending high with time or low with time. So if you are interested in the tabular format of this forecast, instead of looking at the graph, which also has the week by week ceiling and floor, these are similar tabular based forecast. Again, the base case, the pink line, is this column in middle. To its left are the 3 standard deviation bear cases. To its right are the 3 standard deviation bull case for any week. So for example, for the last week of May of 2025, the 1 standard deviation ceiling is expected at around $7.16. The 2 standard deviation is at around $11.40, whereas the 3 standard deviation is at around $21. So that's how you interpret these models. If you go back and check what the regression based fair value for ICP is currently coming in at around $5.29, so pretty close to the USD valuation, so slightly lower, you can say about 30 cents or so lower. Price did go for this week, did wick below the fair value at one point at around $4.88. If we overlay 1 standard deviation residual to the upside to identify what could be a theoretically a 68th percentile bull case for this coming week at around $7.26. So that is again 1 standard deviation resistance. Again, prices do go even at some point in the post halving year at least for major cryptos to that Euphoria case, which starts essentially when the 1 standard deviation ceiling is hit. For that ICP, the 1 standard deviation ceiling back in March of 2024 was at around $12. Now, because of its continued downturn, is at around $7.26. This is a non-linear fair value estimation, again for especially for altcoins which tend to not go up with time, but have that oscillation function. Right now, unfortunately, the 1 standard deviation ceiling is only at around $7. The higher end of the bullishness is at around two standard deviation. Again, price did meet those resistance back in early April of 2024. Back then, the 2 standard deviation ceiling was at around $17-18. Now it's coming in at around $10. So that the per the Fibonacci levels that we discussed, the 0.236 could in future could correspond to the 2 standard deviation ceiling, and in future that could be an area to watch in terms of resistance. In terms of the current price action and how it looks with respect to the 20-week simple moving average, the risk levels, again, if you color code price with respect to risk level, you can identify some of the overvalued phases of the price action per this model at around 36%. If the risks were to go back to this level at around between 50% and 60%, again close to that last peak. If we look at the forward looking model, that 60 percentile risk level comes at around $15, 80 percentile coming at around $17. So between $15 and $17 could be a forward looking price action guidance per the risk levels. This regression model that we saw at a weekly level, this is applied to the daily price action, helps identify some of the decent price action to accumulate. Again, this particular crypto has been in a downturn, so particularly looking at the angle of incidence of the fair value, again when it kind of kind of bottoms out and has that U shape, if you accumulate after again there is no U, again if one could identify those kind of zones where per the regression based, polynomial regression based non-linear model, saying that the likelihood of the fair value going up with time is high, and still if the price is trending below the fair value, for example between June 2023 till about December 2023, that was one of the accumulation phase per the model. Again, similarly, one could argue that between June till at least till about September of 2024, prices were in accumulation, although now the prices are below the valuation back in November of 2024, when price was at around $7. If we look at some of these models and again estimate that what could happen right now, the risk level is at around 17%. Let's say risk levels were to go back to that 38%, between 30 and 40%, the prices right now could be somewhere between the current price at around $5.60 and about $6.44. If we were to say that the risk levels could go between 50 and 60%, the prices could be at around $7.25 and about $8.06. So that's the way to identify the regression based valuation. Again, if we were to estimate the 2 standard deviation ceiling, that is coming in at around $9.43 applied to the regression based valuation for ICP. The time weighted average price says for this particular crypto, the price has always trended lower than the time weighted average price. Again, never in its history the price was above the time weighted average price. It is continuously in a downturn. So this model is not particularly useful for ICP, but for other cryptos, major cryptos, this model does identify accumulation zones. In terms of the composite estimation of the risk and reward with respect to ICP, currently the regression risk at around 20%, time weighted average price risk 0, SMA risk at around 36%, weighted risk at 17%, estimated bull run peak at around $30, which kind of coincides with the Fibonacci levels. Again, you can see over here the 0.6768, slightly a lower high from the January 2022 high, could resolve at around 0.78 with a lower low and continuation of this downturn, but still from the current price that would still represent about 6x reward, 5.6x reward from the current price. And with that, I would like to conclude the video and hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.